Live from the O'Brien Services Stadium Studios, this is the fifth quarter.
Hello and welcome to the fifth quarter. This is the place for Week 9 action of the high school football season. I'm Des Dorsey. Our guy TJ Spivey is back in the house. TJ, how you doing tonight? You ready for some football?
Excited to be back.
Always love to have you here, so we appreciate you coming in. Let's talk a little football now. We've got a packed show. There's no time to waste. Let's get into it. Talk around Wilmington has been all about Hanover and Hoggard, but there's a team in Tabor City running through people. This week, the South Columbus Stallions are in search of their 8th straight win. In order to do that, they'll have to beat the Fairmont Golden Tornadoes, who gave a big scare to East Bladen last week. Let's get into that action right now. Look at Traquan Bellamy run. That's a player of the week right there, TJ.
20, 30 years. Coming back with the buck sweep here. That's a great cutback. Good run. That's what South Columbus does, ground and pound.
Deron Stevens finds the end zone. They take the lead 14-0. They have a little defensive players right here. Check out Brady Ivy getting the pick, and he's gone. Say goodbye, TJ.
Every week seems like South Columbus is scoring on defense, and this is a big one. It's going to be big in the fourth quarter.
That is a huge touchdown for the Stallions. It's a little closer in this one, but the final score, 41-34, with the Stallions winning it. Now let's check in with the Wolfpack, who've been lighting up the scoreboard as of late. Tonight, they hosted Red Springs in its homecoming night. Shout out to the court right here. Let's get into the action. It's Ty Moss. He's finding Jatik Martin. Nice little pickup right there.
Here comes Coach Little, put in the triple option a couple years ago. Here's a speed option play, doing that really well down in Whiteville. Here's a big touchdown. Then they get to switch it up a little bit. They did it on the ground, going to do it in the air.
That was a beautiful run right there. Phillip Powell, and then, like you said, it's Moncovia Gaffney find the end zone. Whiteville takes the 28-6 lead at that point, and it's not quite the score we're used to for Whiteville, but a win is a win for the Pack. 5 straight wins for Whiteville. Final score, Wolfpack 36, Red Springs 20. How about some Pender County action? First, we start in Rocky Point, where Trask played East Carteret tonight.
Two different styles in this game. One team likes to air it out like you'll see right here, and one team likes to keep it on the ground.
Here they're going up. Bo Studebaker, Joshawn Embry finding the score. 2-point conversion is good. Ties it up at 18 at this point. Trask was leading. Now Trask getting back, trying to answer. Look at Ray Adams go. Say goodbye. This is a beautiful run.
Coach Taylor's got that triple option rolling, over 500 yards rushing tonight. We can't ask much more than that.
Plenty of backs all over the place. That brings him into the 20, and then, hey, he finishes it off. He finishes the drive. 25-18 is the score right there, but Trask runs away with it in the second half. They take it 53-24. Now it's over to Pender High School with another Coastal 8 game between the Dixon Bulldogs and those Patriots. It's homecoming night, and check out the Pender fanatic out here in this game. They're looking for a win. Look at Dixon driving. Aaron Schonecker taking it himself, breaking some tackles, but
puts it on the ground. Can't do that. Can't turn the ball over against Pender.
Thankfully, he is out of bounds on that play, so they continue on the drive. Deontay Jackson in at quarterback. Fake handoff, breaks outside. Nice solid game. Bulldogs moving the rock a little bit in this one. And then Jackson trying again, but check out the big hit right here. Lavelle Henry Jr. getting in action here, but Schonecker will come back in here. He finishes the drive off here.
Yeah, nice quarterback sneak right there, more ground and pound.
However, hey, it's Pender coming back to win this one 36-19. Big win for Tim Smith and those Pender Patriots. So, TJ, let's go back and talk about South Columbus a little bit. You know what it's like to have a great run game, obviously, with your team last year. How far can South Columbus go riding these Stallions?
They can go as far as that running game will take them, and their defense. You know, everybody likes to talk about the running game down in Tabor City, but like I said, each week the defense is finding ways to put points on the board, and that's going to be big in the playoffs.
At what point does the pressure of being undefeated start getting to these guys? It's got to be hard for high school kids.
I don't think it's getting to them. Every time I go down and see Coach Dove, they're in the weight room and they're preaching, you know, today's practice, get better today, get 1% better. So I think he's done a great job of keeping those kids focused, and all they're worried about is who's this week.
Well, we'll see who's next week, but hey, This is this week, and are we having fun yet? There is more to come here on the fifth quarter. It's all about the Mid-Eastern Conference after the break, including our game of the week. Stay close. We'll be right back after this.
More highlights coming up.
You're watching the fifth quarter on WWAY.
This is the fifth quarter.
Thanks for making the fifth quarter your choice for high school football coverage this evening. It's time for the Friday night primetime matchup we've been waiting for. When it comes to county rivalry games, North and South Brunswick is a big one. And this year it's even bigger, having our friend of the program, Larry Brock, visit his former team. It's two teams looking to get the win, and John McHugh joins us now for all the action. John, take it away.
Thank you, Dustin. Well, some games just don't need much of an introduction. This week, it was the Battle of Brunswick County in Boiling Spring Lakes. North Brunswick at South Brunswick, a classic Mid-Eastern Conference matchup with county bragging rights on the line.
Big thanks to our friends at ATMC for the highlights in this one, and how about this for an entrance? Let's get to the game. North Brunswick driving. It's a big run by Matthew Kaysen. He gets the Scorpions all the way into South Brunswick territory, all the way down and pushed out just inside the red zone. A little bit later in that drive, Lee Harrington fakes the handoff, rolls out, and he finds Bryce DeBerry around just past the 10-yard line. Scorpions chipping away. They get stopped, so they go to the boot of Michael Rivers. He kicks it through the uprights. And for the first score of the game, 3-0 North Brunswick. Now, next drive for the Scorpions, Harrington again. He slings it out to Davion Trillo. He gets it pushed out just short of the goal line, but no problem there. Next play, Harrington takes it himself, barrels through into the end zone. That makes it 10-0 Scorpions, but in the second half, South Brunswick trying to get a comeback. Mason Phillips bobbles the snap, but that's all right. He takes a few hits, gets into the end zone, but South Brunswick could not complete the comeback. North Brunswick takes this one 24-17.
North Brunswick will try to pull off another huge upset next week as they host Hoggard for their homecoming game, and South Brunswick will try to get back on track in Wilmington against Laney. Dustin and TJ.
Thank you, John. How about another former coach visiting his old team? Jeff Turner spent many years at Hoggard, and tonight he and his Ashley Screaming Eagles battled it out on Shipyard. Early on in this one, Hoggard trying to open up the pass game, but hey, this one doesn't go as planned for Josh Jones. It's picked off right here, Ismail McDonald for Ashley.
Great effort by both teams right here, and actually comes up with a huge interception to keep them in the game early.
It's a nice way to start things off. Defense definitely a trend early on in this one. Later in the first, Vikings defense enforcing their will. Nice tackle there, almost a safety. They wanted it, but the score right there, 3-0 Hoggard after one. In the second quarter, Kenneth Marshall finally finding the end zone for Vikings. It's his first of two scores on the night, and it's 10-0 Hoggard.
Got to see Hoggard up close last week. Really good physical football team, both sides of the ball. Looking for some big things out of them.
You could air it out here too. Check out Austin Edwards with the catch right there, and then hey, you do the work to get you down to the 1-yard line. You get the goal and the glory of the touchdown. Here it is right there, right in front of the cameras.
Great catch. Nice throw.
It's a play-action fake. So good that it faked the cameras out on that one. But hey, it's all touchdowns, a jump ball. Vikings go on to win this one with ease. 34-14 is the final score. Ashley still looking for their first ever win against Hoggard. Tough one for Coach Jeff Turner there. Let's head over to New Hanover. This man right here had a huge first half. Wiz Vaughn had 3 scores in 2 quarters. Let's see how it finishes out now. 21-7 is the score at this point. Blake Walston to Cole Tanner. Look at him go, TJ.
Yeah, he had a great night. He had a really good night catching the football and running. The theme tonight was right place at the right time, and you'll see that coming up shortly.
No doubt about it. That's a tease right there, folks. But here's a tease. He brings it into the red zone, and he gets this one to go. He finished it off. Walston to Tanner again. It's the big-time connection. Wildcats add to their lead 28-7 now. Hanover back on the move again. Check out this hit right here, though. DeAndre Clairday.
Here comes a nice hit by a young 10th grader. Right place, right time. Jalen Jones-Bay scoops it up, gets a nice touchdown. Made this a 28-14 game, competitive game. And then here comes another right place, right time.
Clairday's coming right off a JV. And then, but check this out. We're going to Freddie Taylor. Watch this block right here by Wiz Vaughn.
Jalen, you got to keep your head on a swivel. You never know when that might happen.
Oh, boy, that's got to hurt. He's going to wake up feeling that one tomorrow. And, hey, check this out. It's going back to Freddie again. Oh, it's the
right
tip
place,
drill.
right time. And then he made a great run to finish it. You know, that could have been a 12-yard gain. He turns into a big, huge touchdown.
That's what makes him a playmaker. Another tease. How about that, folks? New Hanover explodes for another 50-burger. 52-21 is the final score from Legion Stadium. Finally, we finish up our tour around the Mid-Eastern Conference with the Laney Bucks taking on the Topsail Pirates up in Hampstead. Pirates are looking on to get on the board after not finding the end zone at all last week, but this doesn't help.
Topsail not used to being in the gun this time of the season, so that might have a little bit to do with it, but you're not going to turn the ball over and be a good Laney team.
Laney football right here. Now they're going on the move on the road here. Check out Sherrod Sidbury finding Matt Sims. He takes it deep into the red zone, and that sets up this. Sidbury wants to get the job done, and he does it. He scores for the Bucks. Nice touchdown. That makes it 6-0 after a blocked extra point. But the Pirates will come back to answer after a field goal of their own.
Really nice slant route right there. Topsail's known for ground and pound. Snuck that one in for a big touchdown.
Jonathan Ward gets the score from Jacob Floyd, but Laney answers back. Former fifth quarter player of the week, Jason Billingsley, with your game winner. 14-10 is the final score in this game between the Bucks and the Pirates. Now, TJ, obviously we have a lot of playoff-worthy teams, but there are some changes to the format. Tell the people at home what we got going on there.
Well, right now there's a two-team race in the Mid-Eastern. You got Hogger and New Hanover. It's going to be a huge game last week of the season. It's a little different this year because they're both going to be guaranteed the #1 seed out of the conference. Where it's a little different is after New Hanover, after Hoggard, the rest of the conference is going to be seeded by their max preps ranking. So now what you did in the non-conference actually matters more than it did in the past. It used to be, you know, you got 2 automatics. So that's not going to happen this year. So West Brunswick, South Brunswick, Topsail, they've got to win some games to finish the season. North Brunswick to get into the playoffs.
All right, well, we'll see what everybody happens. It's all up to max preps. That means every game matters. So we'll just have to see what happens from here on out. Hey, but the highlights may be over tonight. Football action will continue on. Stay locked in with the 5th quarter. But first, what's up next, ladies?
Let's take a look at Week 9 scoreboard. Woo!
Well, they said it. It's time for the play of the week, TJ. It's Friday the 13th, and let me tell you, this is one scary good play. You like that one? Let's head back to Legion Stadium. We know you love a good tip drill, TJ, and I know this is something you got to practice a lot as an offense. How hard is it to keep that focus?
You practice this every Wednesday. Really, it's a defensive drill, and you hope that it happens once in your lifetime, and when it does, you got to capitalize. And happy for that young man because, like I say, you practice it every week, and you never know if you're going to need it.
It worked out well for Cole Tanner right there. It's a big night for all the Wildcats. 52-21 was the final in that game. And as the season is nearing its end, players have to step up their game, and these 3 stepped up big time tonight. You just saw him as the play of the week. Is he your player of the week? Cole Tanner had 144 yards receiving and the 2 touchdowns you saw to help the Cats win. Now, Ray Adams from Trask, the Titan running back, had 195 yards and 3 scores in the Trask victory. Good thing I picked him up on my fantasy team. And Brady Ivy, he found the end zone right here. It's always a playmaker performance when you get a pick 6. Make sure you follow WWAY Sports on Twitter. Make your voice heard starting at midnight. We'll announce the winner Tuesday only on WWAY Sports. So, TJ, is another week filled with plenty of winners. What did we learn?
I'll tell you what we learned is Whitefield's starting to heat up offensively. Every time I turn on the computer or Twitter, they're scoring 50 points. And in a couple weeks, they got a big showdown. And if they win that game, the whole Three Rivers is a coin flip, and you'd have a 3-way tie up top. And with these new playoff rules, it would come down to a max prep ranking to see, because all 3 of them are going to be little 2A schools. So you could be a conference champion traveling first round of playoffs.
So there's possibly a way that South Columbus could win all of the games until the last game of the regular season and not make it.
Well, they're going to make it, but it's going to come down to that big rival game.
Gotcha.
So,
all right.
And, 5 of the last 7 years, maybe it's been a 3-way tie in that conference, so it wouldn't be anything new.
It's going to be very interesting to see how this season continues to play off. Hanover, Hoggard, South Columbus, Whiteville, hey, they are doing really, really well right now, folks, and they're going to keep doing well. We'll be back next week to see all those guys continue to do well. That will do it, TJ. We'll see you again next week. Thank you. Hopefully, all the home games as well. We'll be seeing plenty of great action. Thank you all for making the 5th quarter the best high school football show in the Cape Fear. Enjoy all your guys' weekend, and we will see you next time.